Millennials of Reddit, what's your favorite response to stereotypical remarks from older generations? I remember someone throwing a temper tantrum about fidget spinners, so I said, "Didn't you guys have pet rocks?" When I worked at a convenience store a few years ago, we got a big ass display for fidget spinners, so I put it up on the counter. Impulse buy. A guy in like his 60s came in, and at the register, proceeded to lose his shit over the asinine things millennials spend their money on. He actually went on a rant about how it's his money, implying all millennials are welfare leeches. Anyway, I just kinda stood there and looked on with bemusement. When he was done, I finished ringing him up and handed him his crap. Wow, I wouldn't wanna see you get angry over something really serious. Here's your $20 in Powerball, $10 in Mega Millions, $20 in Mega Bucks. Don't remember exactly how much, but it was like $50 in Lotto, and your carton of Winston's. My manager was just behind me doing paperwork and barked "Jack Dick, office, now." I was like, well shit, I guess it's been fun while it lasted. He sternly warned me not to insult people like that, no matter how stupid they are, laughing at the same time. LMAO. I saw a good one on /r/boomerty as your generation gets so easily offended about everything. Your generation got offended when a black person drank from the wrong water fountain. That's a strong contender for best clapback. A similar one I'll occasionally bring up to make boomers anxious is locking doors and talking to neighbors. We never locked our doors growing up. We always knew our neighbors. Everyone locks their doors and doesn't talk to their neighbors anymore. They don't socialize. They are not welcoming. Next time you hear that, clarify that they are saying they did not lock doors when they were children. Then ask if they lock doors in their own places as adults. Then ask when and why they started the trend of locking doors, and why they taught their children to always lock doors. Gen Z, but my dad is a boomer. I was talking to him yesterday looking at a birdhouse. Me, obviously joking, BTW. Birds must be getting dumber. You can't even trust them to build their own nests nowadays. My boomer dad, probably not joking. They must be millennial birds. You have to do everything for them. How would you all millennials respond? If you think their ability to build birdhouses is bad, wait until you see how well they take care of their boomer bird parents. Best I heard, baby boomer, our generation had dreams, and we had big society projects. Millennial, yeah, and you put us in massive debt for it. I have a dream, stopping paying for your dreams. What dreams or big society projects even? Moon landing? No. Their parents' WWII and defeating the Nazis? No. Their parents' social welfare programs and safety nets? No. Boomers took them away. The internet. They generally scoffed at it and ignored it until they realized it was a good way to do porn, praying, conspiracy theories, and whine about younger generations' tax giveaways to the wealthy. I guess Vietnam. You lost. Yikes. What a perspective. I guess I never realized how much they didn't accomplish. I mean, moon landing and WWII were a lot to follow up on. And I forgot about civil rights, which, admittedly, boomers probably deserve some credit for, though probably not many of the same ones punching down on millennials today. Millennials have no respect is something that I've heard. As a young adult, 27, I can't count how many times I ran into older people who were just totally oblivious to how stupid and ignorant they are. No manners, no tact. They expect things to be done for them just because, and if you don't, then you're disrespectful. Fuck that noise. Respect is something you earn. I get this one a lot. What do you mean you don't have cable? Okay, I love to explain why I cut cable. I don't deal with ads. I watch what I want, when I want to. I have access to sports, news, etc., and I pay less monthly. There's no upside to cable. My fucking boomer roommate is like this. I don't have cable, haven't had it since 07. I just stream everything I want to watch or download it. I haven't watched a commercial willingly in over a decade. When he moved in, it was like I grew a second head when I told him he'd have to get his own line if he wanted cable. He is a Luddite and a drunk, so talking to him can be difficult at times. I've gotten him to say the reason he wants cable is for the ads, then in the next breath he'll say how much he hates ads and how he has DVR to fast forward though the ads. He's also been on record saying truly the only reason he has cable is for the guide. I don't know why he's so obsessed with the guide, but he'll go on and on about that fucking thing. I'm sure it doesn't help that he either has wet brain from his chronic alcoholism, a bottle of whiskey a day, or Alzheimer's, which runs in his family. Usually it's them talking about Gen Z. I'll usually remind them that that's a different generation altogether and mention that the youngest of millennials are in their mid-20s now, give or take a couple years depending on the specific source used regarding the definition of different generations and their range of birth dates. The funny part is there are people on the older side of the millennial generation who complain about those damn millennials, not realizing that they are millennials themselves. My sister was born in 1984 and is always complaining about the millennials at her office. Yup, I've seen that too. I was born in 88, so pretty much smack in the middle of the millennial generation. Knew a guy I previously worked with who was born a year maybe two apart from me, can't remember in which direction, who complained about all millennials being lazy on FB. So I told him that both he and I were millennials and cited a source on the definition of what a millennial is. He was surprised. You millennials on your phones all the time. Gone are the days when people would have conversations with each other? Really? What days were those? People have been making the same arguments since the invention of TV, and before that, radio, and before that, comic books and magazines, and before that, newspapers, and before that, probably something else. People hate small talk. Always have. We still have face-to-face conversations. I agree with you that it's rude to be on your phone while having a face-to-face conversation with someone, but you know what else is rude? Talking to someone who doesn't want to be talked to. We have now developed a clear as day signal that we don't want to be talked to. Headphones in, head down looking at phone. Plus, what do you think I'm doing on phones and computers? Socializing. I play online games with friends. I have chats. Discuss things deeper than the weather. I look up funny pictures and interesting videos that I share with friends. You think I miss out on life's experiences because of the internet, but look what I'm doing. I talk to people from all over the world. I learn hundreds of new things every day. Don't talk to me about missing out on life's experiences. The dream life for the older generation is to marry your high school sweetheart, get into a career right away, that you stay until you die, have 2.5 kids, and live in a house in the suburbs with a white picket fence and an expensive sports car. Millennial don't care about owning stuff. We don't care about sports cars, or boats, or houses, or lawns, or any of that crap. We want experiences. We want to travel to obscure countries, go to festivals, go to comic conventions, drink really obscure beers and coffees and teas, eat delicious foods we've never tried before, play cool video games, watch cool movies, read cool books. Well, if I had a nickel for every time someone in your generation said my generation sucks, I'd have enough money to buy a house in the economy you ruined.